This video was recorded during the COVID-19 lockdown. Due to technical issues, its release was delayed. We extend our sincere gratitude to all the guests who participated and apologize for the postponement. Please note that the views expressed by the host and guests reflect their opinions at the time of recording and may differ from their current perspectives.
Today's guest is one of the first persons I thought of when I planned this podcast. I met him a few years ago. In fact, I got to know him through his wife, actually. And I'd also met his sister. We also met in a focus group discussion where we discussed about masculinity. So the guest for today is Alok Adhikari. Alok Adhikari is a film enthusiast, a film lover, and an editor as well. He serves as the assistant director of Film South Asia, which is a biennial South Asian documentary film festival. I've actually attended a few events organized by Alok and where he was either helping out or organizing it or just running here and there with his camera. So welcome, Alok.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
So just before we dive into the different segments and everything, how does it feel in terms of being in a podcast where you're allowed just to talk about movies?
It feels very exciting because I just enjoy talking about movies for absolutely no reason. Normally, if there is a goal when you're talking about films, that's fun, but that's only fun to a certain extent. Conversations like this can really go anywhere. And I find that really enjoyable. And I have found myself in conversations like these where I find that I'm going on and on because it's so exciting to talk about whatever film or films or directors I'm talking about. So that part is great. But at the same time, this being a podcast is, a lot of my opinions about films are going to be out there now and people are going to hear. In today's world, it's like nerve-wracking, to be honest.
Yeah, that is actually the hidden sort of objective, to show the real sides of people who act very woke on social media and actually closetedly love these really problematic, stereotypical Bollywood movies, including myself, right? Including myself. So yeah, to begin with, Alokle चाहिँ आफ्नो favorite movie character के भन्यो भने Honorable Kumar Roy or Apu from Satyajit Ray's The Apu trilogy. Now, full disclosure, I have not seen the Apu trilogy. This has always been one of those movies where हेर्नै पर्ने movie हो जसले पनि त्यही भन्छ अनि how dare you start a podcast on movies without watching, which is a fair criticism. I agree. But I still have not seen the trilogy and it is amazing, I know. The only sort of remote association I have is the film that I just mentioned in this episode. The way Sujit Sarkar in all his interviews talks about Satyajit Ray and especially Pathar Panchali. अनि त्यसमा पनि अर्को रिसेन्टली एउटा बुक पढाएको थिएँ मैले तस्लिमा नसरिनको मेमोयर थियो स्प्लिट भन्ने and there's a lot of reference of Bibhutibhushan Bandyopadhyay. And then Bengali literature ma ma त्यति introduced थिएन, but there's so much reference of Bandyopadhyay and Tagore as well. So there's Bengali literature is something भन्ने भएको थियो त्यति बेला. पछि चाहिँ as Alok shared this with me already, अध्ययन चाहिँ गर्न थाले, तर obviously not enough to sort of justify something.
It sounds like these are all signs pointing you towards telling you, oh, you should really watch this film.
Yeah. Definitely. This one, and the other two movies, Casablanca and Citizen Kane, I have not seen.
Okay.
These three movies. And that's why I've not seen the new Oscar-nominated movie based on Casablanca. I don't remember the name.
I did not know there was a movie like that. I've seen Casablanca a while ago, but I've seen it. I think Americans obsess about certain movies a little bit too much. Maybe that's one of those movies. But Casablanca, it's like Humphrey Bogart, I guess, big names.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. This is a movie maybe it's okay even if I haven't watched it. Tell me more about Apu and why do you really like this character?
I liked Apu because of his innocence and because he's so flawed at the same time. In the second film, something I remember, I think being away from home and the fact that his mother is very sick. And he has lost touch with his mother. Eventually, he's pretty much got that connection himself in many ways. Sorry if I'm spoiling this for you.
That's fine.
He's the only one alive in his family. And he just ignores her mother and she dies. So it's one of those brutal, brutal moments. The first film, that one is so much about him being still so young, that innocence is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's such a good person, but not every good person is perfect, I guess. And that's what really stuck with me. Upper Trilogy was playing in this really old theater in the town I lived in the US, which had been run down and then was funded by George R.R. Martin, who lived in that town, to rebuild it and refurbish it. The 3 films were playing there every afternoon that summer. And summer in college was one of the best times to go watch films. I watched those 3 days in a row with one of my professors from college. I think it's an opportunity. So many of the things caught fire, the reels, and they had a lot of trouble restoring it, but they restored it. I watched it on a large screen and it was so vivid visually and so touching, and I cried during each one of those films because they're like extremely sad moments.
Wow.
But having said all of that, I had real trouble. And when you had asked me who's your favorite character before we got on here, and I had to think about it because most of my favorite characters, it turns out, are villains in many ways.
Any villain in particular that you want to talk about? Or just name a few villains that you really like.
One person that I really like and is a villain for me, but is not from a film, it's from a TV show, and it's Walter White from Breaking Bad. TV kai कुरा गर्दा चाहिँ मैले early teenage मा हेरेको film Gangs of New York. Bill the Butcher भन्ने character छ हैन, played by Daniel Day-Lewis. That character is always stuck with me. The way he stabs his glass eye with like knives, he's butcher. And I similarly find some of the storyline to that film similar to Gangs of Wasseypur. The idea of revenge, those like really powerful villainous characters. And I forgot the name, though I've watched the film so many times. But the main villain in that film was also
Ramadhir Singh.
Wow, kya samjheko.
Yeah, it is interesting. Firstly, it's Gangs of New York ko barema कुरा गर्नु पर्दाखेरि a few scenes that still stuck with me is त्यो Bill the Butcher le dead face अगाडि हेरेर त्यो काटिरा हुन्छ. And Daniel Day-Lewis is obviously, I don't know if he's my favorite actor anymore because I think he's crazy, and to sort of lose someone's sanity for acting, for any art creation is something that I don't endorse personally. But I obviously think he's an amazing actor. But his dedication for his work was something that I was enamored by. When I was a hard Daniel Day-Lewis fan, but I'm not. And other thing about Gangs of New York when I saw this movie was typical Hindi movie ko story. उसको फ्यामिलीलाई भिलेनले मार्दै छ, बच्चा हुँदा उसले देखेछ अनि त्यसलाई पछि गएर बदला ल्याछ.
And he falls in love with
Cameron Diaz's character, which is also like same, right? So त्यो feel भएको थियो कि मलाई त्यो movie हेर्दाखेरि. So also going Walter White, saying like I was never empathetic to Walter White because I was always Jesse. On like यो मरो पहिलेदेखि मन परेको थियो, मेरो क्यान्सरले मर्यो त्यसुरुमै भन्ने थियो. So going back to actually of the Upper Trilogy, I've not seen it, but 2 movies sort of come to mind, and I might be totally wrong to sort of compare these movies. But I think one is Moonlight, the Arco is Boyhood. Very different, obviously. One of those movies where I empathize with the mother, not the lead character. And the last scene just made me cry so much. And it was just one of those movies. And Upper Trilogy ko kura गर्दाखेरि खास मलाई चाहिँ त्यो दुईटा movies immediately त्यो याद आयो, like Innocence हराउने, and then sort of the flaws in the characters as well. Probably a more sort of nuanced take on a certain aspect of Innocence, and then Moonlight is alikati sort of wishful thinking. But again, I have not seen the movie, so I should not be commenting.
No, I won't compare them from top of my head, but the idea of this person, the being growing into adult and telling their journey, apparently there's a term for that actually. When I was reading Opportunity to Wikipedia as preparing for this, and
me too. Can
I to Wikipedia myself? There's a term for stories that span a person's, especially those formative years. Ani to hisabले चाहिँ 100%. Boyhood, like in a lot of ways, very similar, right? Moonlight, funny. No, you're not wrong.
Take 3 parts on the Moonlight. But again, it's an exploration of sexuality and. Compared गर्नलाई भन्दा पनि मैले चाहिँ more maybe the makers were or the writers were inspired कि भन्ने खालको चाहिँ लागेको थियो मलाई, because it's such an iconic movie taught in most film schools, हैन? Okay, now moving on, right? So those are the characters that you sort of mentioned, right? But in terms of a holistic movie, some movies that have stayed with you, Ailisama, that you can mention or that you would want to talk about.
So I was thinking about this as well. But then as we've been talking, more films have been coming to my mind as well. So I'm going to go a little bit all over the place. One of the first films that does come to mind whenever somebody asks me this question is Rear Window by Alfred Hitchcock. Your film, I actually studied that film over 2 weeks in a class.
Okay.
That experience itself was amazing. But I've watched that film multiple times, and it's a film about why we like other people's stories. And Rear Window is like most of the film is seen through somebody's rear window. That's what the story is in so many ways. But it's a mystery, really scary at times. Like not scary in that bhutaya scary way, but actually you're afraid for people's lives at times. But it's so much fun, and there's so much to dig deep and like look into that film. So that's one.
Yeah, that's really
A film I have watched every year since 2015 when it came out. I think that was the same summer. Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, very interesting.
So Mad Max चाहिँ थिएटरमा हेरेँ पुरै टाइममा यस्तो आँखा ठुल्लो परेर story पनि राम्रोसँग बुझिन, but I was just like watching the music, the visuals, it was so captivating, right? And त्यसपछि didn't think a lot about that movie. And when I came back to it, I was like, God damn, this film is amazing. यो वर्ष हेरेको थिएन 2021 मा अस्ति भर्खर म्याड म्याक्स रिलिज भएको 5-6 वर्ष पुग्यो भनेर कहाँ देखेँ लाइक आई शुड वाच इट अनि त्यसको चाहिँ ब्ल्याक एन्ड क्रोम भर्जन पनि छ क्या so they released it in color, but apparently George Miller wanted to do it in black and chrome because the film is all about chrome and vehicles and they're obsessed with chrome. They spray chrome on their face, chrome paint on their mouths before they sacrifice themselves. I love it so much. I'll watch it next year as well.
First of all, going back to Hitchcock, Hitchcock चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै अलिकति dated लाग्छ because I guess I don't look at it from a very academic perspective पनि. There have been so many movies that have been sort of ripped off Hitchcock's work. Yeah. Or I think I just watched a few of his movies. I think Psycho and Vertigo, Dilemma for Murder पनि हेर्न खोजेको थिएँ, which was like, I just get the gist जस्तो भयो. And then अलि dated feel भयो, but I guess, I mean, I can see why his work is amazing. He's probably the first person to think of movies this way.
Yeah. But then like अलि पछिको मान्छे भयो हैन. Do you know Buster Keaton?
Buster Keaton, not sure. I know.
So he was a silent era filmmaker. He's known for his stunts that he used to pretty much perform all himself. And they are like insane stunts. Watch his clips YouTube में. Charlie Chaplin and him were pretty much contemporaries. Charlie Chaplin पनि रमाइलो हुन्थ्यो. The Buster Keaton, he did things on like moving trains all the time. I know. Things that like production houses in the US would easily get sued for अहिलेको टाइममा के because it's like literally putting himself in so much danger. त्यति बेला like everyone I feel like was doing something new because there was like so much both technologically and in terms of like how you could tell stories and editing in so many ways. Everything was just being innovated. So like Hitchcock is so amazing because he was so important for what film is now.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously, who am I to say Hitchcock is dated? As opposed to like, that talks more about my movie watching sensibilities where like, I'm more focused on maybe the story and the commentary. I think the reference you made, the meta aspect of Rear Window, which was really interesting. Talking about Mad Max Fury Road, right? For some reason, I tend to watch these amazing movies flight ma. I'm like, एकदम निन्द्रा लागिरहेको है सानो स्क्रिनमा. I watched Inside Out flight मा रुनु पनि कस्तो गाह्रो हैन. अहिले Inside Out को म्युजिक बज्नुपर्छ म रुन्छु. त्यस्तो हुन्छ त्यो म्युजिक. I don't know if you remember the typical music.
No, I actually don't.
Oh, Inside Out for me it's a very difficult movie to watch. Mad Max Fury Road पनि मैले फ्लाइट मा हेरेको थिएँ. त्यो अटेन्सन स्प्यान नभएर मैले बुझ्दै बुझिन मुभी. And then Oscar मा नोमिनेट भएको छ यस्तो हैयात मुभी. जर्ज मिलर को टारन्टिनो मुभीज त मलाई राम्रै लाग्थ्यो. अनि त्यसपछि ल फेरि हेरौँ न त भनेर हेरेँ. Then the music, the guitar and waterको त्यो metaphors-हरु, especially I guess मैले postmodern feminism पढेको थिएँ and more sort of त्यो postmodernism-को narratives-हरु and त्यो aspect-हरु सोचेपछि and especially the feminism aspect of it as well. अनि पछि चाहिँ 40 तिर र टम हार्डी त यो मुभीको पुरै सुटिङ भएमा बोलेकै थिएन रे यस्तो sort of त्यो खालको conversation-मा enter गरे. So these are probably one of those movies where like I watched because everybody was watching it and everybody thought it was cool and I just did not enjoy it the first time. अनि अहिले पनि I think like I can watch that movie. अहिले पनि फ्लाइटमा चाहिँ त्यही movie हेर्छु. Bring back good memories.
त्यो Furiosa-को film बन्दैछ. The next film, right. I'm very excited about that.
It should be fun. It should be. That was, I think Furiosa-को character was really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the direction Miller is moving with the franchise, I think, is very interesting. Just doing that. I mean, like, of course, what's his name is already too old to play Mad Max anymore. Number six.
Was it
The anti-Semitic, homophobic guy.
Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson.
So anti-Semitic, homophobic, alcoholic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's not talk about Mel Gibson. But yeah, there's like one movie Mel Gibson. I'm too ashamed to admit, but I really like it. Okay? Andrew Garfield's movie, where he's a devout Christian.
I have not seen it. I know of that film.
Yeah, I did not want to watch the movie, but I ended up seeing the movie and पछि कस्तो के रिस उठिरहेछ हैन अब फेरि द सेम इयर एन्ड्रु गारफिल्ड पार्टिसिपेट यो मुभी देन अर्को साइलेन्स भन्ने मुभी थियो स्कर्सेजी and both were like त्यो क्रिस्चियनिटीको एलिमेन्ट्स पनि त्यो थियो दुईटै मुभी क्या मन पर्यो कहिले कहिले चाहिँ पोलिटिक्स चित्त नबुझे पनि मुभी मन पर्दिने एडमिट गर्ने गाह्रो हो अब moving on, right?
Okay.
So we talk about movies that you liked. But let's talk about movies that you hated. Movies that you sort of had to watch, or movies that you sort of everybody was watching it, so you watched it till the end and just did not like it.
Okay, but I think hate is too strong a word for me at least. But sometimes, like I'm sitting at home. 2020, in particular, I watched a lot of films because there was not a whole lot to do in my life. त्यति बेला एउटा चाहिँ अब यो टेनेट हो है के भयो म त कस्तो कन्फ्युज पनि भएँ मैले नबुझेको के है मलाई क्रिस्टोफर नोलन असाध्यै मनपर्छ आई वाच्ड हिज प्रिभियस मुभी Dunkirk in the theaters, and it was amazing. It had this similar effect also because of music that Mad Max had on me. And I watched it again, Potsi Fedi, because the whole time, the fact that like these stories are being in 3 different timelines, but at the same time frame, I guess, was very cool, I thought. There's been a lot of people criticize Nolan. I read these online about like, oh, he just plays around with time and he thinks he makes fantastic movies, sort of, to paraphrase it.
Or he had Harry Styles in the movie only because he wanted more people to watch the movie.
Yeah. Tenet आउने बेलामा मैले ट्रेलर हेरेँ I was like, okay, this seems interesting, but having watched it, I did not understand it. I could not relate to any of the characters, understand what their goals were. Time was moving, I think, backwards, but forward as well. I don't know. And it just confused the hell out of me. I didn't have to watch the entire movie. I pushed myself through it because I was like, okay, केही त हुन्छ होला भन्ने हिसाबले. That's one of those films. But then I also sometimes I'm going to this Wikipedia hole of reading about one actor or reading about one filmmaker. Many years ago, there was this film by Alexander Payne, the director.
George Clooney wala movie ho? के थियो त्यो हवाई वाला movie.
Oh, you're thinking of
Oscar nominate भएको थियो Clooney चाहिँ The Descendants भन्ने. The Descendants.
I remember really enjoying that movie. It was like good family drama, I guess. Ani ramailo थियो हैन. Ani मैले last year I watched Downsizing भन्ने film 2018 को film रहेछ यो with Matt Damon, and I just got so annoyed at this main character the whole time because he felt like such a weak person, but like it didn't feel like he had any reason to be weak. It just felt uncomfortable, like sort of cringy to watch him live his life in this tiny world. So yeah, that movie like really struck a chord. I watched The Sky is Pink भन्ने film.
Oh wow! Oh my god! रोइ भयो त्यो मुभी हेर्दा त my god कति रोएँ म त oh my god.
मलाई चाहिँ रोइन है मलाई चाहिँ दिक्क लाग्यो मेलोड्रामासँग to be honest. I was like, okay, I get it. It's a true story about this girl actually dying of cancer. True story भएर माया लाग्यो to a certain extent. Just like, oh my god, मैले धेरै भएछ बलिउड त्यस्तो खालको बलिउड फिल्म नहेरे होला. Something happened and I got really annoyed at that film. Also, one more film I'm going to mention is a film I watched because it was an action movie and I was in the mood for action films, and it had Chadwick Boseman in it. It was called 21 Bridges. I was excited. I knew the reviews weren't that great. So Rotten Tomatoes, so rating
53%.
जे भए पनि हेरिँदैन जे भए पनि फिल्म हेरिँदैन आफू जस्तो कनसोर भए पनि यसो रेटिङ आँखा पुगिहाल्छ त्यो गोल गर्ने बित्तिकै. So I was like, okay, take a rating. How bad could it be? And I guess that's the biggest struggle with all these films is when I don't know what the main motivation of the characters are. I mean, that's what really annoys me, right? So
I guess you need the layering of characters. In a way, in my head, the way I decide whether I like this movie or not, it is, I think, the characters and kotiko layering cha. Is this when the writer has sort of written this character and when the actors are portraying this character? Has the writer met someone who is like that? It is obviously based on real life. It's a fiction, or is the writer imagining too much and is the imagination not very sort of imaginative?
Mhm.
It's just like deadline boy, so I guess audience-centric or writer-centric movies, more audience-centric हुँदा चाहिँ यस्तो writer भयो भने चाहिँ मनपर्छ as opposed to someone I've met. So मलाई पनि त्यो layering नहुँदा चाहिँ दिक्क लाग्छ के अल्छी गरे जस्तो लाग्छ है. So good to know. And also म पनि reviews नहेरिकन त कहिले पनि movie हेर्दिन होला. Maybe theater मा जानु अगाडि exception भयो.
And I feel like it's a flawed concept because Rotten Tomatoes itself is like so manipulatable. There are particular films that have replaced men with women for like Ghostbusters that were like brought down because white men were angry that
That's true.
women were playing these characters. So that is not the best way to judge whether you're going to watch a movie or not, just to win laksa. I don't think one can help it either.
But I guess for me, when I'm deciding to watch a telenovela, which I tend to do, I don't look at the reviews. Telenovela, it's soapy. Spanish telenovela, Netflix, but when I'm watching all these to learn or listen to a story, immersive experience, सबैभन्दा गाह्रो भने नि सिरिज हेर्दाखेरि के फर्स्ट दुईटा सिजनमा एउटा सिजन राम्रो बनाइदिन्छ हेर्नै मन लागिहाल्छ पछिको सिजन एन्ड देन के गर्दै आयो जस्तो हुन्छ पनि. So okay, अर्को कुरा चाहिँ moving on. What was the last movie that you saw? Yatsa? Which you couldn't say?
Hijo rati bhakkar hereko because I wanted to talk about it and I wanted to sort of review it again was In the Mood for Love.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but yeah, tell us more about it.
Like that film was beautiful, I thought, but I'd forgotten it. But one of my friends who lives in the US, a chat group ma film recently. And when you said podcast ma gaf गर्न आऊ, I was like, okay, त्यो film चाहिँ हेरेर जान्छु. धेरै वर्ष भयो नहेरेर जसलाई. I loved it again. It was so subtle. Everything was told in sort of fragments. And you really felt like you were just like watching these characters through doorways, from above, through alleyways. It's not that you never got close up to anything, but everything about it was maybe even voyeuristic. Like every shot is so beautiful, you're just enthralled with it. Sometimes you don't even know how much time has exactly passed, but it just makes sense. The use of music in the film is beautiful. We use a lot of European music as well, though he's from Hong Kong. It was spectacular. That was the last film I saw. But I watched a lot of films this like past 3 or 4 days, just because I know it was a weekend and we ended up watching a lot of other films recently as well.
Again, sort of makes me question, like, how do you choose to watch movies? Like, what are the factors? Like the director, or like you watch this amazing trailer and then, oh, should be interesting. Or like, oh, certain actors, certain writers, so specific genre in terms of your genre would be something that I really like. So I mean, I'm sure all the factors play in, I know. But I would say currently the mood you're in, the headspace, what are the factors?
I watched like 2 action movies in one day, I think Friday. And one was actually pretty fun, though I think the whole time loop idea is getting a little bit too much. But like my action movie nahi heर्न मन थियो. Army of the Dead हेरेँ Netflix made by Zack Snyder with Dave Bautista and some other people. हेरेँ लामो थियो, like अलिक छोटो भएको भए अलिक हेर्न सकिन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्यो. The action was decent, but zombies were like sort of live. There were these like semi-dead zombies and they had feelings and everything. They couldn't communicate. And I was like in the mood for more like slashing and killing. And that there was a lot of that as well. But the drama part of it was, I was not sold on it. Huma Qureshi is in it. She plays this sort of weak character that needs saving at the end, and like, I wasn't sold on it. It was okay. I really like heist movies as well. So all of that led me, that very day I watched another film called Boss Level. It's like a time loop movie. So this guy is sort of stuck in what feels like a computer game. That's where the name comes from. So you see like attempt number, this every time resets. And he knows he's in a time loop and he's trying to get out of it and figure out why he's in it. And the whole time someone is trying to kill him, like in a game. So it was a lot of fun. A little bit too long, I think, around the end. But figuring out that mystery along with this, it was also narrated by the main character. which I think is a sort of a cop-out filmmakers sometimes use. It was fun, and I got what I was looking for out of that film, which is just fun, action, heisty, someone trying to steal something. A lot of elements that entertained me.
Yeah, it's really interesting that for me, the genre, it's like, आजकल चाहिँ अगाडि जे छ त्यही अनि पहिला चाहिँ एकदम picky choosy हुन्थे. That's probably the reason why like Army of the Dead पनि 15 minute हेरे अल्छी लाग्यो and then बन्द गरिदिएँ हैन. But I guess like heist movies or I think these are movies that I can watch just like that. So maybe I should continue watching Army of the Dead. And I think Boss Level sounds really interesting. Mel Gibson, right? Okay.
Hey, Mel Gibson, he's the main villain.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's really interesting. Rotten Tomatoes or all ratings are come movies are our nice movies, but like reviews or no, I'm not the sign. There's one particular movie I don't know if you've seen is Snatch, which I think is one of the best movies, right? Snatch, I think, Guy Ritchie go.
Yeah. That's late 2000s को film हैन.
Reviews त्यति राम्रो छैन. I think IMDb चाहिँ राम्रो छ.
Yeah, धेरै अगाडि हेरे हो के.
I'm a massive Guy Ritchie fan also. Like Snatch is one of those movies where I can like watch any day at a time. Alchila Andaz Apna type. So give my Snatch. So dialogue. So it's a really fun movie. So heist movie when I see like for me, I just want heist movies to be very light.
Yeah, Oceans. I really like the Ocean series. Oceans 8 heरेको छैन to be honest, but 11, 12, 13 मलाई एकदम मन पर्यो. मैले like multiple times नै हेरेको छु.
Oceans 8 मैले हलमा हेरेको थिएँ अनि त्यहाँ बस्नु नहुँदाखेरि त्यो रिक्लाइनर सिट्स भइदिने इभिनिङमा जाने जहिले क्लास सकेपछि जहिले निदा हुने भने ओसन चाहिँ हेर्दा निदाएँ अनि ब्ल्याक प्यान्थर हेर्दा निदाइरह म त है एकदमै डिफिकल्ट डे भएको थियो थाकेको थिएँ होइन पछि राम्ररी हेर्न त हेरेँ अनि मेरो साथी वाज द विलन वान द हिरो लस्ट भनिदिएर होइन अनि होला नि त भनेर ट्राफिक बोजमेन क्यारेक्टर मर्यो होला भन्ठाने मैले त देन पोस्ट क्रेडिट्स हेरेँ नि त बाँचिरहेको छ त बिकज लाइक आई वाज जेन्युइनली कस्तो निदाएको क्या Oceans 8 पनि फेरि हेरेँ मैले
मैले चाहिँ हेरेको छैन.
Okay, so now we'll move on to the next segment. The next segment is rapid fire. Lamo time लाग्यो नि, you can always pass. Here I go. First question: a movie that made you cry like a baby?
Actually, Moonlight.
Moonlight. Okay. Your favorite actor and 3 movies of the actor.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Wow, if I forget his name. Anyway, Inception. Gangs of New York, and The Departed.
Okay. A film character that you absolutely hated.
I forgot his name, but the main character from the film, Ishfish, Shahid Kapoor plays it. He is a prick. But yeah.
Makes sense. A movie you can watch any day, anytime.
Mad Max Fury Road.
A movie that you like but are embarrassed about liking it.
Happy Death Day 1 and 2.
Okay. I've never heard about that movie. An actor you developed a crush on while or after watching the movie?
Eva Green in the James Bond film that she was in.
Casino Royale. Casino Royale.
Yep.
Okay. 2 characters from different movies that you think can be in a separate movie of their own.
Oh, damn. That's a hard one.
You can always pass, if this is...
Pass. Okay. Yeah, pass.
Okay. Choosing between movies, I thought this or that,
Nah.
Rank in order of your preference of the 3 Apu trilogy movies.
Very hard, but 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay. A movie that you've not seen, but tell everyone that you have.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
I have not.
Yeah, I mean, I have mixed opinions about the movie. So,
I've never seen that movie.
Okay. A movie that you did not enjoy watching, but have to pretend to be a fan or to have liked the movie just to act cool.
There's more than one. I just can't think of one right now.
Oh, we can pass. I think
pass. Answer
Yeah, you're definitely not winning. Good luck in the next few rounds. But still, let's continue. Right? Your favorite movie of all time, or that you haven't mentioned, I listen.
Citizen Kane, I guess.
Okay. A movie that you did not like that you haven't mentioned, I listen.
Pass. Oh, okay. Sure, no. Lovebirds were never made recently, which was shit.
Okay. A highly overrated movie.
Pass.
Okay, a criminally underrated movie.
Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight are 3 of my favorite films. I think Richard Linklater, who I have not talked about, is a genius.
Yeah, Richard Linklater is amazing. But I don't think they're underrated. I think there's a massive following, to say.
No, but I feel like they need so much more attention.
That's true. Okay, 3 favorite movie quotes.
Pass.
Okay, that's the end of the rapid fire round.
I knew I would suck at this.
And that's all right. Other guests like 30 seconds there. And 1 minute.
My question I didn't even read the last few questions.
No, I guess I feel like the question they had is on or a certain kalka pressure boys, the feel boy. So about say let's move to the other segment, which is the let's discuss segment. I'll just ask you one question. I'll get your thoughts on this. Your season go topic is does the messaging or the politics of the movie determine whether you sort of like the movie or not? This is a deeper dive into understanding how you factor in different variables in terms of liking a movie or saying, oh, you movie is and in the politics of the movie, is that a major factor? Obviously, not a yes or no question, but still. So what do you have to say about that?
I think to a larger extent, yes, especially if a film depicts discrimination. And I think a lot of this has to do with how women are sexualized in film. For example, last year there was this film, Kabir Singh, I think it was last year, that was heavily criticized for its portrayal of relationship between this really fucked up man and this woman. So there are films, and especially right now, watching films that I even enjoyed back in the day and finding them so cringy, not because they're like cringy, funny British comedy, British humor way, but this tone that's really affects me. At the same time, if the topic of concern is something like gun control in America, there was a film called The Hunt that came out last year. And around the time it was supposed to be released, there was a shooting somewhere in the US. And it got postponed. पछि release हुआ त्यो film मैले 2020 lockdown के बेला I watched it at some point. And the film was actually really entertaining. It had that entertainment value. I was able to suspend my beliefs enough to enjoy that film. This not say, I think America needs control, but I still think that film was fantastic. So I think that totally varies, but it also depends on the depth of whatever the problematic thing is.
There's only one follow-up question to this. The actors or the filmmakers, the directors who've had problematic incidents or history, Harvey Weinstein, or in Bollywood ko case mein Salman Khan, or even Kangana Ranaut ko case mein, does that sort of determine whether you want to watch those movies or not?
I think 2017 March, I have this very specific memory of this day when it came out that Louis C.K., who is a fucked up pervert that needs to die. And it's just like a pervert in so many ways. Okay. It broke my heart. I really liked Louis C.K.'s humor. I liked his show, Louis, and his character was always pervy, but I just didn't expect that. Ani त्योभन्दा अगाडिदेखि अब Woody Allen has been a problematic person for such a long time. मैले सुरुमा when I start watching films ma Scorsese र Woody Allen चाहिँ मैले late teenage मा सँगसँगै हेरे हो हैन र Woody Allen को Manhattan नै, which is such a problematic film, think about it, and without any context even. त्यति बेला I really enjoyed it and I thought it was like so cinematically beautiful, the black and white, Manhattan, all of that, right? But I don't think I can watch any of those films ever again. Louis C.K., I can never watch anything by him ever again. I have like abandoned those filmmakers just to लाग्छ. When I was still very young, The Pianist had such a big impact on me, especially मैले Anne Frankको डायरी पढ्नु पर्थ्यो हाम्रो स्कुलमा. अनि World War II को कथा, Jewish people को कथा in Poland, I think. It was so amazing for me, but can never watch it again. So I strongly believe that not only me, everyone should count those people out. Like, it depends. Like, Aziz Ansari ko naya season acha, and that case itself was so much in the gray area. And then he did the stand-up. It was so well choreographed and directed, and it was such a good PR move as well, the stand-up he did afterwards. So I Master of None ko naya season acha, and I want to watch it if I haven't seen it yet. But like, there are certain people I haven't discounted like that, and I guess that solely relies on my own moral compass and where I feel what I feel is right and wrong. So this is not everyone should follow this, but that's how I would judge.
I mean, that's what I was trying to get at as well. कसले के हेर्नुहुन्छ कसले हेर्नु हुँदैन भन्ने कसैको पनि अधिकार त obviously छैन, but आफ्नो preference के हो भन्ने कुरा छ. That's the only sort of intention. And when you mentioned Woody Allen, I think Woody Allen is the Ram Gopal Varma of Hollywood के पहिलाको Annie Hall, यो Manhattan, कहिले कहिले चाहिँ राम्रो movies बनाउँछ एक दुईवटा, but then you will meet a tall dark stranger and keep match point just the movie and I don't know if you like those movies, but
I know those
yeah,
films.
the nuance but that was mostly because I'm a huge Owen Wilson fan. So
Yeah.
let me romanticize Kalko movie to Salvador Dali.
Yeah, I remember just these really warm lights, that film, the whole time. Beautiful film.
So yeah, just wanted to share that, right? So now we'll move on to the semi-final segment. So this is the movie trivia. Movie trivia when you prizes saw your rapid fire was so
Yeah, I know.
hopefully movie trivia is a better one, right? And you'll be obviously getting prizes for this as well. I'm just going to go through the rules again. If you answer without the options, then 10 points. If you answer after getting the options, 5 points. But if I give you options and if you get the answer wrong, then you'll get a -5.
Oh, la.
है अनि टाइम चाहिँ लिमिट छैन बट इफ आउँदैन भने चाहिँ जस्ट लेट न है त
ल
one more twist. So Hollywood, Bollywood, even Collywood सबै ब्यालेन्स गर्नु पर्यो अनि त्यही भएर गेस्टहरूलाई 3टा अप्सन छ. So Hollywood गर्ने कि Bollywood गर्ने कि
Oh, I wish it was a mixture, but Collywood ta sakindaina hai. Unfortunately, I don't know enough.
Collywood ko त answers पनि मैले भर्खर थाहा पाएको बनाउने बेला.
I feel like I know Hollywood better. Hollywood नै गर.
Okay. अनि अगेन है यो फर्स्ट 7 वटा क्वेशन्समा चाहिँ अप्सन हुन्छ, बाँकी 8 9 चाहिँ अप्सन नहुने खालको क्वेशन छ अनि 10 मा चाहिँ टाइम लिमिट छ 10 सेकेन्डको. जति धेरै आन्सर्स भन्यो 5 पोइन्ट्स पाउँछ, 10 त हैन 5 पोइन्ट्स पाउँछ है त्यहाँ चाहिँ. सो बोनस राउन्ड. Okay, here we go. The first question. For which movie did Tom Hanks win his first Oscar?
Box of Chocolates. They नै हुनुपर्छ.
I can give you
options.
Option 1, Philadelphia. Option 2, Castaway. Option 3, Forrest Gump. Option 4, Saving Private Ryan.
Ooh, okay, this got harder all of a sudden because I was thinking of Forrest Gump, but Philadelphia.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay, Philadelphia is the right answer. So +5.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, the second question. What was Leonardo DiCaprio's name in Titanic?
Give me options.
A, Jack Whitehall. B, Jack Brown. C, Jack McCarthy. D, Jack Dawson.
This is a total guess. Jack Dawson.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Oh, correct answer again.
Oh, wow.
Jack Whitehall is a comedian, I think.
Oh.
The name does ring a bell. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I would say you'll not need an option. Question number 3. What is the real name of Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Natasha.
Full name.
Oh, shit. Options. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay. I would say I'm going to change the options in aru shows because you've already mentioned the first name. Option A, Natasha Romanova. Option B, Natasha Sergienko. Option C, Natasha Romanoff. Option D, Natasha Orlova.
A र C मा एउटा हो.
Romanova and Romanoff.
Nova.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Wrong answer. It was Romanov.
Oh, that was too close.
Okay, next question. Again, an Oscar-related question. For which movie did Denzel Washington win his first Oscar for Best Actor?
I will most definitely need options for this too.
Okay, option A, Glory. Option B, Malcolm X. Option C, The Hurricane. Option D, Training Day.
Malcolm X.
Final answer?
Final answer.
-5 again.
Ooh.
No. That's fine. That's fine. Only got it here. You'd say, I mean, I'm a huge Denzel fan, so I know all these movies. I've watched the पहिला पाउँछ नि DVD हरु एउटा actor. So Tom Hanks, the Denzel को सबै हेरेको थिएँ के मैले. अनि the right answer is Training Day.
Oh. I have actually seen Training Day.
Okay, next question. This is more of a box office question. So, which is the highest grossing superhero movie apart from the Avengers?
Give me options, actually.
A, Iron Man 3. B, The Dark Knight Rises. C, The Incredibles. D, Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Final answer?
Final answer.
+5.
Thank God.
Nice.
I got those options because I actually knew that once upon a time.
Okay, you're on 5 again. So
yes.
not on 0
Not
anymore.
negative, yes.
So next question. How old is Master Yoda when he dies? We'll only know if you're a Star Wars fan.
I have watched Star Wars. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I most definitely don't know the answer to this question. He's very old, that I do know. So give me options.
Options are fairly easy. 800, 700, 900, 400.
I think I'm going to pass instead of risking my 5 point.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you a 0 for this.
Can you tell me the right answer though?
It is 800.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Right? In the film Frozen, which actor gave the voice to the role of Queen Elsa?
You know, I've actually never seen Frozen.
Oh my God, you have to see Frozen.
Is it that good?
It is really good.
I feel like I read the answer to this question somewhere at some point, probably on Wikipedia, but I honestly don't know. Does this have options?
Yes, this is the final question that has options.
Okay.
Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, Demi Lovato, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Definitely not Maggie Gyllenhaal. Pass.
Yes? Okay. The right answer is Idina Menzel. Kristen Bell voices the other sister, Anna. So Let It Go was sung by Idina Menzel. I mean, if you haven't seen the movie, you'll probably not know. But yeah, Frozen is an amazing movie, and I think the sequel is also like equally good.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Ani, I think for me, this is a really important movie. For me, at least when I watch a movie, I always think of the male character. Frozen was one of those movies when I like Anna, Khako, and then my girlfriend, Aisha ko Didi ko lagi was a very important movie for them. The sisterly Khako Kura. And then त्यो एंगलबाट सोच्दाखेरि I'm thinking of myself as Anna as well, but also think of Aisha, the impact that this movie has probably had on her पनि. So I really like that movie.
I'm going to check it out.
अब चाहिँ no options, +10 or 0. I give you 3 movie ko naamharu, and you'll have to name the actor who is in all these 3 movies.
Oh, okay.
Notice my sort of words very carefully. Name the actor who is in all these 3 movies.
Okay.
Interstellar, Wolf of Wall Street, and Magic Mike.
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah, that was easy, eh? Okay. Next question. Name the actor who features in all the 3 movies: Black Panther, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and 12 Years a Slave.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. A final question. About say you only have 10 seconds. So every movie that you name will give you 5 points. So this is your chance of redemption. Here we go. Name movies for which Meryl Streep was nominated for an Oscar.
August Osage County.
Okay, 5 points.
Wow. There are like 20 movies I could have named, right? Oh my God.
So yeah, there were quite a few movies, I guess. Like, I don't know if you've seen Sophie's Choice. I think is amazing. There's one particular scene, if you see that movie, that will sort of make you think that Meryl Streep is just the most amazing actor of all time. Ani Kramer versus Kramer, I don't know if you've seen.
I've seen it. I've seen so many of these films.
So yeah, this is my first Hollywood trivia. All the other guests were like Bollywood. So I'm in a way gauging these questions. I obviously can't change those questions anymore. So I kind of realized that maybe Meryl Streep wala questions. If I were asked, it would be very difficult for me to get them right as well. Okay, let's calculate your score. Right?
Oh my God, it's disastrous.
30. Not bad. Not bad. अहिलेसम्मको highest होइन, lowest चाहिँ because the Bollywood quiz questions were अलिकति easier.
Can you throw a few at me? I'm just curious.
I think easy थियो. What was the name of the actor who played the character of Chatur Ramalingam in 3 Idiots? Kind of tricky, Ali.
That guy, no, I don't know. He was,
So, option नहीं है Rahul Vaidya, Omi Vaidya, Raj Vaidya, Omkar Vaidya.
Omi
Vaidya. So yeah, it was easy in a way. Eh? But what was the name of Johnny Lever's character in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai? Easy in a way. But options नहीं बनता भाई आंसर.
Yeah.
Options हैं पप्पी भाई, Tobu, Babulal, Almeida. Yeah. Option दियो भने आउने खालको.
Yeah. Oh God damn it! I should have gone with Bollywood.
Okay, which Karan Johar directed movie does not feature Shah Rukh Khan in it?
Student of the Year.
Oh yeah, without options, right?
Yeah.
So what was Alia Bhatt's second full-length feature movie? You'd say Ali Garo.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess Highway, but I'm probably wrong.
Highway is the right answer.
Oh, Tim.
Yeah. You pani sajilo. What was the name of Sunil Shetty's character in Hera Pheri?
That's it. Too long ago.
Yeah, Ram, Raju, Sham, Babu Bhaiya.
Babu Bhaiya tha hoina. Ram Sham Shamola.
Sham. Yeah, you got it all right. Oh, so you would say either you know it or you don't, right? Have you seen Drishyam?
Dishyam. China. Nam sunya.
Okay, this is a cult movie, so you'll probably not know the answer. So this became a meme. When did Vijay Salgaonkar, the main character, claim that he and his family go to Panjim to visit Swami Chinmayananda's satsang? When there's one particular date, right? The meme pani bhacha ke. So the answer is 2 October, right? And everybody like 1st October on, kal 2 October hai. कल विजय सालगांवकर अपनी फैमिली के साथ कल आउँछ के. So it's also because 2 October is Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, and that's why it's iconic. And then what was Bomman Iradi's character's name in Munna Bhai MBBS? I don't know if you remember.
Professor.
Option then towns.
Panuta.
Viru Sahastra Buddhe.
Viru Sahastra Buddhe.
And Munna Bhai MBBS, not 3 Idiots. Right? Viru Sahastra Buddhe, K. Asthana, J. Asthana, Lakhbir Singh.
K. Asthana.
No, it's J. Asthana.
Oh.
Okay, and then you say option now question today. Name the actor who has featured in all these 3 movies. Is in ra feature banira. So Hum Saath Saath Hai, Main Hu Na, Golmaal Again.
Pass.
Tabu is the right answer.
Don't know. She's in Main Hu Na?
Oh, there's one song and it's a pachadi background makes in feature got some. That's it.
Oh wow.
त्यो पहिला त्यो जमानामा चाहिँ त्यो सानो सानो क्यामियोज हुन्थ्यो नि त.
It was a big deal त्यति बेला.
अर्को चाहिँ मेन नेम द एक्टर वाज फिचर्ड इन ऑल these 3 movies. You probably be able to get it. Gangs of Wasseypur 2, Queen and Ludo.
Nawazuddin no?
No, I know.
Featured बने कि is in बने.
Featured बने. राम्रै रोलै छ.
Pass.
Rajkumar Rao.
Oh. I've not seen Ludo, and I've only seen a little bit of Queen. So
okay, yeah, Ludo is fun. Right? Ludo is like harmless entertainment. Like for me, lockdown ma हामी सारै Ludo खेलेको थियौँ हैन.
हामी पनि.
Like मेरो American roommate पनि कहिले आउँछ Ludo हेर्नु, we have to watch that movie भनेर है. So he was also very excited.
Is it actually something to do with Ludo, the game?
There's one aspect of it. There's like 4 different stories अनि एकजना चाहिँ dice जस्तो सबैजनालाई connect गराउने.
Okay, I remember watching the trailer at some point last year.
Okay, so the final question say again, die-hard fans are थाहा हुने is name movies of Madhuri Dixit without any of the Khans or Anil Kapoor.
Oh.
यसो सोच्यो भने गाह्रो छ, but if you think of recent Madhuri Dixit movies, none of them have Anil Kapoor or any of the Khans. Recent movies.
I'm so out of touch with like recent Bollywood, just so that's it, that I didn't even know she's still acting.
Recent movies, I don't know if you've seen Ishqiyan. This was sequel at you. Ishqiyan, have you seen Ishqiyan?
Oh yeah, Ishqiyan is a really good one.
I don't know if you follow Abhishek Chaube's filmography, but Abhishek Chaube, I think, has made 4 movies, and all 4 of them are just amazing.
Which are the other ones?
Ishqiyan, and this was sequel date Ishqiyan. 3rd one is Urta Punjab.
Oh, that's
and then 4th one is probably his best movie, Son Chiriya.
त्यो चाहिँ हेरेको छैन. बरु मैले Ishqiyan चाहिँ हेरेको vaguely याद छ. I'm not 100% sure even. But anyway.
Okay. त्यति नै थियो. Hollywoodको त I think मलाई थाहा छैन. राख्न चाहिँ राखेको छु मैले for people. Bollywood र Hollywood दुईटै क्वेसन चाहिँ मलाई थाहा भएको कुराहरु राखेको थिएँ कि except for the last final question जहाँ चाहिँ म double check गरेँ हैन.
Natasha Romanoff makes sound so much more correct now that I'm thinking about it.
For me, Marvel is sacred. Okay? I'm willing to overlook all the problematic politics of all these movies because I just want to enjoy Marvel.
Actually, I'm also a Marvel fan, but much just too dedicated about it. WandaVision, loved it. Watched the 6 episodes. Those were also actually really good. Especially Falcon and the Winter Soldier felt a lot more realistically violent this time, which I liked, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think the ending, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, when the Falcon comes out of Captain America's shadow, and it is about race at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's totally about race.
I mean, Winter Soldier is one of my favorite characters, and it was nice to see Winter Soldier take a step back. In a way, Captain America ekdamai dhurva satya ho भन्ने मान्छे Winter Soldier. अनि finally questioning that, Captain America ले भनेको कुरा त सबै ठीक नहुनु पनि सक्दो रहेछ. Eventually, Winter Soldier realized that Steve Rogers wanted Falcon to be Captain America in his own way through his own process.
Yeah.
And that sort of Winter Soldier finally realizes, and that was sort of forgives Falcon for taking time to make that decision. Yeah, that was really nice.
Like, we are more with him in that journey than with Sam Wilson. I feel like, race is so important in these superheroes movies that when we criticize Marvel, we don't even think. When Martin Scorsese, who has probably very, very few characters of color in all his films, who I really like as a filmmaker, but when he criticizes Marvel movies, he's, I guess, not really thinking about what it means to be a black Captain America.
Yeah, Scorsese movies, though, it's always male-centric, white male. But, I mean, again, good movies. Ramailo, The Departed is one of my favorite movies, right?
You lived in Boston, right?
I lived in Boston. Departed, especially Matt Damon. Matt Damon is one of my favorite actors. I was heartbroken when he sort of died in that movie. First time I heard that, say, when I was critically नहेर्ने मान्छे हुँदा त यो मोरो डिकाप्रियो भन्ने लागेको थियो होइन अनि यो यसको त कोही साथी छैन यो ज्याक निकल्सनले पनि धोका दियो अनि यो मार्क वालबर्ग त झन् भिलाको मान्छे प्लस फिमेल एक्टर आई मिन भेरा फर्मेगा यसले पनि धोका दियो सबैले धोका दियो मेरो म्याट डेमनलाई सो त्यति बेला एन्ड देन त्यो डिकाप्रियोलाई मार्दाखेरि त ओहो ढुक्क भयो मुभी एन्ड भयो सक्यो भनेको त्यो मोरो मार्क वालबर्गले मारेर अनि अस्कर्स अनाउन्स गर्ने बेलामा म्याट डेमनलाई त नोमिनेसनै छैन बिकज एट द्याट पोइन्ट अफ टाइम कहिले नोमिनेट भएको थिएन नि त त्यो मोरो मार्क वालबर्ग जसले त्यसलाई मार्यो त्यो चाहिँ नोमिनेट भइदियो.
So Matt Damon was not nominated for Best Actor for Good Will Hunting. It was just like writing.
No, he was not nominated. Writing they won, but I don't think he was nominated for Good Will Hunting. पछि के अब म टफ्समा पढाए हो नि त अनि म्याट डेमन त टफ्सको जिममा आइरहने रहेछ म त कहिले गएको थिएन टफ्सको जिम है अनि त्यसपछि जानु पर्यो भनेर शिरीषले नै भनेर होइन अनि मेरो त आइडी पनि मैले त मेरो रुममेट प्रतापलाई दिएको थिएँ त्यसपछि त दिनदिन जाने क्या म पेट्छ कि म्याट डेमनलाई बस्टनकै हो नि त त्यो आई मिन ह्युज म्यान क्रस भएको थियो मलाई त्यो उसको अल्टिमेटम हेर्दाखेरि ओ माई गॉड म्याट डेमन भन्ने भएको थियो.
Those three films saying such an iconic, great action spy films, right? Oh.
In a way, अहिले नस्टाल्जिक फिल हुन्छ भने ओशन्स अनि सबै कुरा याद गर्दाखेरि त्यो मोरो जर्ज क्लुनी त्यो मोरो ब्र्याड पिट इन म्याट डेमन डिजर्भ मोर भन्ने खालको द्याट्स वाइ मेरो फेभरेट ओशन्स मुभी इज ओशन्स 12 अहिले पनि कि मेमोरिज सोच्दाखेरि विच इज प्रब्ली द वर्स्ट मुभी तिनटामा होइन बट म्याट डेमन ह्याड अ मोर सेन्ट्रल क्यारेक्टर इन ओशन्स 12 होइन सो बिकज पिट र दुवैजना त प्रिजनमा हुन्छ थ्रुआउट द मुभी and then Matt Damon sort of takes the stage with Julia Roberts and everything. So yeah, I obviously don't follow Matt Damon. त्यसको last movie के आएको पनि याद छैन तिमी डाउनसाइजिङ भन्यो अनि यो त म्याट डेमनको मुभी रहेछ हेरेको न भएको थियो एकछिनपछि ठिकै छ भन्ने. ओके फाइनल सेगमेन्ट बाँकी छ which is the end game. अब चाहिँ I'm sort of expecting अलिकति deep philosophical खालको answer and this also has a prize as well. So
okay.
I'll ask you just one simple question and you'll have to answer. Take as much time as you need, right? Very simple question. Why do you watch movies?
I watch films for characters. I feel like as a human being myself, I like to relate to other people on a very basic level. And cinema is this language that's able to convey people stories and feelings and emotions. When I'm talking about movies or cinema, I think anything that's visual is so powerful. That's why it's so dangerous. I think that's like on a very core level. That's why I like to watch films. It's also because they are truly entertaining. I like films that are slow or just philosophical, maybe. You talked about your love for Marvel movies, and that entertainment value is, I think, equally important. It should be believable, I think. The idea of suspension of belief. For any story to be believable, it needs to be grounded on some sort of a reality. That reality might not be yours or ours everyday reality. And as long as the writer, the filmmaker is able to do that, then the characters will be convincing and then anyone can relate to it. That brings out a lot of feelings and emotions, but also it's like truly entertaining. And I think that's it.
Thank you. I thank you for sharing your thoughts. I thank you for allowing yourself to be extremely expressive about things that you enjoy and things that you love, which is not an easy process. And the entire sort of objective of this sort of podcast was also obviously to share our love for movies, but also have this aligadi introspective exercise through this process as well. Alok, thank you so much for sharing your love for cinema with us and also recommending so many amazing movies that you've seen. I'm definitely going to watch the Upper Trilogy and would love to speak with you again about the Upper Trilogy. I guess you'll have to work a little more on your sort of rapid fire skills. Otherwise, I will definitely not invite you for the next season. So,
I'm already excited that there's going to be another
I guess it
season.
also
So
depends on what the people listen. If it's only my family and my partner listening, then we'll definitely not have a second season.
at least like I'll have other people listen to my
Okay, your family as well. Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it goes beyond that, we might have a new season as well. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
And thank you so much for inviting me. It's been fun. I really enjoyed myself. I wish I was better. I had a feeling I would suck at rapid fire, and I did. So
That's fine.
that's proof that at least I know myself well enough.
It's a really good excuse. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you.
Us.